On occasion, we may elect to use a local rotation passive segmental provocation test to try and provoke symptoms associated with the L5 S1 zygapophyseal joint. In order to perform this test, we're going to do it with the patient prone. We're going to find the L5 spinous process, place our stabilizing hand, the hypothenar eminence of the stabilizing hand to the spinous process of L5, reach around to the ASIS across from us on the patient's pelvis, and then attempt to rotate the pelvis while stabilizing the L5 segment. We'll first do this with the spine in neutral, then we'll shift the pelvis towards us to create a side bending to the patient's left, repeat the test, and then shift the patient's pelvis away from us to give the patient a side bending to the right, and then again repeat the test. Now let's perform the test on the patient. We'll find the PSIS, S2, one thumb width up, a variably sized S1 right above it, the L5 spinous process. We can confirm it with overpressure. Then we take our hypothenar eminence, place it over the L5 spinous process in close proximity to the pisiform on my hand. I'm going to reach across to the ASIS of the patient's pelvis while stabilizing with my right hand in a rotatory fashion on her right side of the spinous process. I'm now going to lift up on her left ASIS, creating a relative right rotation of L5 on S1. In the event that this does not sufficiently provoke the patient's symptoms, we'll then shift her pelvis closer to me, producing a left side bending in the segment. We'll once again go back to her L5 spinous process, repeat the test. Here, you can add a little bit of overpressure to provoke the symptoms. If once again not sufficiently provoked, we'll then shift the patient's pelvis away, creating a relative right side bending L5 on S1. We'll go back to her L5 spinous process, repeat the same test, producing the same relative right rotation of L5 on S1, and again can add overpressure if not sufficiently provoked. If the patient's symptoms aren't sufficiently provoked with this test involving a right rotation of L5 on S1 by lifting the left ASIS, we can repeat the same test in 3 stages: neutral, shifting the pelvis towards us and then away, incorporating a left rotation of L5 on S1.